I am 7 years into my military career, and my TSP alone is a six-figure investment portfolio. No crazy stock picks, no overnight flips, just consistent, boring investing that anyone can do, even if you're starting with just $50 or $100 a month. Today, I'm going to break down exactly how the TSP works, what you can invest in, how to choose the right fund for you, and how you can combine that with a Roth IRA so that you can build your own multi-million-dollar investing portfolio by the time you retire. The TSP, it stands for Thrift Savings Plan. It is the military and federal government equivalent of a 401k. With the TSP, a portion of your paycheck is automatically invested and put away for retirement. If you're in the blended retirement system, the government will match your contribution up to 5%. Now, that is literally free money that is automatically 100% return on your investment if you are investing up to the 5% match. Yes, all service members are automatically enrolled into the TSP. You are automatically contributing 1% of your paycheck, of your base pay, into the TSP. And that money is now automatically invested into an appropriate life cycle fund. And I'll talk about all of the funds in the TSP a little bit later. And this is good news because back in the day, they used to automatically invest people into the G fund, and you don't know the amount of stories I've heard of people being invested into the G fund, which is government securities, basically bonds, and the return on that is like 2%. It barely keeps up with inflation. And so I have heard stories of people being invested into the G fund for 20 years, thinking that they were going to have something when they retired, only to find out that they invested all their money in the G fund. So luckily now they have changed that, and your contribution is automatically into a life cycle fund at 1%. Still, you're going to want to make sure that that life cycle fund actually makes sense for your goals and your lifestyle. So you have 5 core TSP funds. You have G fund, which is the government securities. They are ultra low risk, ultra low return. You have F funds, which are bonds. You have C funds, which are going to be your large US stocks. Think S&P 500. You have your S fund, which are small to mid-sized US companies. And then finally, you have the I fund, which are your international stocks. Now, the last thing you have are your life cycle funds, which you will be able to go in and you see that they are set by the date that you intend to retire, and they're just going to be a mix of those 5 core funds. They're going to adjust those things automatically once you get towards that actual retirement date. So this is where a lot of people can tend to freeze up when it comes to investing, but this does not have to be difficult. If you're young, then time is on your side. That means that if you want to, you can invest a bit more aggressively. You can take on more risk for a bigger growth. A common mix could be 60% C fund, 20% S fund, and 20% I fund. Now, if you want a hands-off approach, you can choose an L fund and set it for L 2050 or L 2065. Now, that will automatically adjust over time, so you basically can set it and forget it. I personally am invested 100% into the C fund, and that for me is fine because I do have other investments that are allocated into international stocks, growth and income, and different things in other investment vehicles outside of TSP. So with the TSP, the same as with the 401k, you have a traditional and a Roth option. The difference is that with the traditional TSP, you are going to put that money in before you pay taxes on it, so you will have to pay taxes when you pull that money out. With a Roth TSP, you put that money in after you have paid taxes, it grows tax-free, and you withdraw that money tax-free. I personally love the Roth because I would rather pay taxes on that money now, while I believe that I am in a lower tax rate than I will be when I retire. But both have benefits. So at the end of the day, you want to choose what's going to work for you and your future situation. So your action step, the homework that I'm going to give you after you watch this video, I need you to log into your MyPay. Make sure that your mailing address is up to date, and then you're going to log into tsp.gov and you're going to request your account. So they're going to mail you your PIN or password, temporary password, to actually be able to set up your account. So you have to make sure your MyPay address is correct and accurate. Once you get that paperwork back, you're going to log into your TSP. And then from there, that's where you can make sure that your allocations are what you want. C fund, F fund, life cycle, whatever you choose, that's where you can change those allocation percentages. Now, if you want to change your percentage that you're actually putting into your TSP, then you go back to MyPay. You can go all the way down, you press TSP, and then you can change your percentage, Roth, traditional, and what percent of your base pay goes into your TSP. It can take literally 5 minutes, but it will change your financial future. So if you haven't done it, I need you to do it right now. Honestly, you can pause this video, go do that, come back. If you contribute enough to your TSP to fully max it out, and I do recommend that, then you should open a Roth IRA. And even if you don't max out your TSP, if you have a spouse that is not working as a stay-at-home mom, you can open up a Roth IRA and contribute on behalf of her or him. The benefits of your Roth IRA are similar to your TSP, where you can invest that money in after you have paid taxes and it grows tax-free. Now, a Roth IRA is going to give you a lot more investing options, so you can do your research and figure out within the Roth IRA what are the best things for you. So the combination of your TSP and your Roth IRA can be extremely powerful. Your contribution limit for your TSP is going to be, as of 2025, $23,500. And for your Roth IRA, it's going to be $7,000 per adult in your household. So if you have your spouse, then that is another $14,000 that you can invest plus your TSP. Now that can be a huge growth if you get to a point where you can invest that much money. If you cannot invest that much money, it's fine. You invest what you can and you will have enough, I promise. I'm going to break down the numbers for you later in this video. Let's clear this up. A lot of people have been told and believe incorrectly that real estate is the wealth builder. But let's look at the numbers, because you do not want to sleep on your TSP and your investing. Now, the stock market has averaged 8 to 10% annually, while U.S. home appreciation has averaged 3 to 4% annually. That means that your TSP, especially if it's invested in the C, S, and I funds, can double or triple the long-term growth of real estate. Now, own a home if that fits your lifestyle. There is nothing wrong with that, but do not sleep on your investing. The TSP can be your secret weapon, and you never have to get rid of it. Even if you stop working in the government, you do not have to get rid of your TSP. There are ways to roll your investing into your TSP. You can even talk to your CFS and they can point you to the right place. So let's run the numbers. If you invest $500 a month into your TSP for 20 years, assuming an 8% return, by the time you get out at 20 years, you will have $275,000 to $300,000. If you bump that up to $1,000 a month, then by the time you end your career at the 20-year mark, you will have $500,000 just in your TSP. Now, you can't pull that money out until you're 59 and a half, so how much would that grow? You would have over $1 million by the time you retire. But if, and this is not always possible for everyone, but if you were able to max out your TSP at the current contribution numbers, you would have over $1 million in 20 years if you were able to contribute $2,000 a month to your TSP. Just for shits and giggles, let's just say that you did do that. This is how much it would grow by the time you're 59 and a half and you can actually pull that money out. So you would have $1 million. You don't contribute anything else. You would be 40, let's say you're 40, means you have another 20 years until you retire. So by the time you can actually start pulling out this money, it is $5 million. So this is how you're going to get started today, especially if you are just starting your military career. This is extremely important. It is easy to ramp it down, but it's hard to ramp it up. So if you already know you can live off of maybe 50, 60, even 70% of your income, then you're going to invest the rest of that into your TSP. Now, this is if you do not have debt, if you do not have other requirements that you need to fulfill. So, assuming that what you need to live off of and pay is 70% of your income, then that means that 30% is going to go into your TSP. That sounds crazy, but if you can do it, this will give you so much peace of mind. It will build your portfolio to the six figures quickly and easily. Every time you get a pay raise, or the year is over and you're going to get an increase in your base pay, you're going to increase your percentage at least 1 or 2% every year, every time you get a promotion, a raise, whatever it is. We're going to make that a habit. It will make the biggest difference. Building wealth does not need to be complicated or risky. I'm 7 years in and I have built my TSP to a six-figure portfolio, and I know that you can do the same. No matter your paycheck, no matter your rank. If this helped you, please give it a like, give it a subscribe, leave me a comment, share this video because it is more videos to come in this $1 Million Service Member series. If you like this, I have other videos up, go check them out and share this video. You've got this. I'm rooting for you. I will see you in the next video.